first thing I really wanted to talk about is brand consistency. Herman gave you all the tea and juice about all the things you need to do to make money in the business. The things I'm going to help you with will help your brand stand out and be recognized by your target audience. I ask that you guys please bear with me. I'm currently on a flight and I didn't want to miss your class, so I recorded the information for you so that you can have the things you need to succeed in your business. Also, any questions you have, you'll be able to submit, and Herman will drop them in the group, the answers to the questions inside the Facebook group. Okay, real briefly, let's just go over branding. Branding is how people perceive your brand. So it's the visual aspect of it. The visuals give them a perception. They build an idea of what they think about your brand. That's important because you want them to feel a certain thing, so your visuals will matter. The first thing about your branding is you want to be consistent in the type of branding that you do. For example, your colors that you choose for your business, you want to use the same exact colors each and every time that you do any type of marketing or promotion on your social media channels or any event in person. Those colors can be found using hex codes, and hex codes is a 6-digit number for colors. Each color has their own unique code, and anytime you're designing, you want to use that same number each time to ensure that your branding is consistent each and every time. You don't want 5 different colors, 5 different shades of blue, or whatever your colors is. You want to make sure that the color is the same each and every time. That will help you identify, that will help your customers identify who you are each and every time. So you may be wondering, where can you find these colors? Where can you start to design your actual branding, the visual side of that for your social media? Here's some tools that you can use. Canva, they have a free option. They also have a pro option that's $12.99 a month. Color.adobe.com is by Adobe, and it has a bunch of different hex codes, and there's a bunch of different hex codes, but you can also use keywords to see different types of color palettes. The next option is Pinterest. In Pinterest, you can search branding palettes, and that will give you a better idea of what type of palette you may want to use or build for your company. And lastly, Facebook Creator Studio is free with your Facebook fan page or business page, and it allows you to schedule your Instagram and Facebook post ahead of time, so you don't have to wake up early in the morning like Herman does to post his post. You can plan all your content out in batching. So with batching, you want to batch design or write your copy for your social media channels. If you have a virtual assistant, which I'm sure they discuss, you can have your virtual assistant do some part of that task. You pick certain days of the week where you work on maybe only design or only copy, or you may do it all in one day. You could plan out a whole month and then have it scheduled out on your Facebook Creator Studio. With Canva, you will be able to design all of your marketing materials for social and for live events. They have a bunch of different options, and as I'm going to show you here, how you can click on social media, and they will actually have different social media templates. Here you choose Instagram posts, and there will be a bunch of different designs that are already pre-made. All you have to do is select the design that you would like to use, and then you can use those brand colors that you came up with, those hex codes. And remember, for hex codes, for your branding palette, you may do 3 to 5 colors, but it's up to you as to how many you do. You're not limited, but I wouldn't go over 6 different brand colors, with 3 being your primary colors and then another 3 being maybe secondary colors, so that you won't confuse your audience. So if your colors are mint green, black and white, every time they see a design with that mint green, black and white, they'll know that it's your company. Another aspect of your branding that I almost remiss to mention is your typography, which is your fonts. You could pick 1 to 2 fonts, no more than 3 fonts. You'll see them on some of the branding palettes. Just like your colors, you want to use the same fonts each and every time so that your customers can identify you. I'm giving you guys a lot in a little bit of time. Lastly, I just wanted to cover the frequency of posting on your social media channels. While I don't recommend necessarily being on every media channels at once, maybe you will pick your top 2, and maybe those are Facebook and Instagram. Here are some numbers that are recommended for daily posting. The frequency in which you post will also contribute to the visibility of your target audience, but also that visibility will not just be limited to the posts that you post, but also how you show up once you do post, right? So also for the Instagram, I would recommend doing at least reels or stories every day. Maybe you do a reels 3 times a week and at least 1 story every day, so that you can pop up on the feed, because sometimes your actual account doesn't show up on the feed, but your stories may pop up at the top of your audience's page, and it's likely to be seen. And you can direct them back to your page, and if you have enough followers, you can direct them to a direct link to which you want them to go. However, there's so much more that I could cover, but with this limited time, I think that these things will be great to get you started. If there's any questions that you guys have in regards to social media marketing or branding in particular, please feel free to leave those questions for me, and I will get them answered so that they can be published in the Facebook group. Thank you for having me. Thank you for your time, and good luck.